here we will present for you the case studies from worldwide who implemented the same project or the same initiatives. Before demonstrating these case studies, let's first take an overview about the IT, the concept of SOS. Who here have the idea about SOS? System of systems. It is a new trend in the like in all social medias and conferences of IT. They speak about Internet of Things, system of systems. Anybody have any ideas? Okay. Before the use of technology, it was only like, for example, to surf the net, only to search for documents. Today, through your mobile phone, you can search the net. You can program your house tools, for example, the microwave, to switch on, switch off from your mobile. You can to switch the AC at your home while you are not in the home. So you connect all systems with one system. This is Internet of Things. But having a health record, billing systems, having inventory systems in hospital, connected under one platform, this is system of systems. So many systems under one platform or systems. For the initiative of the UAE to have a unified medical record, it is a great example of SOS and Internet of Things because it will link many systems from different agencies like Ministry of Interiors. We have to connect with them for the ambulance service, with the Ministry of Finance for the billing of procedures, medications, and all things. It is anticipated that by 2025, the healthcare in the UAE will have major challenges due to the population growth. The demands of the population is different than before. Before it was only to seek medical care. Now they are anticipating to receive these cares with quality, with less transactions. As Alya explained, that as a patient, I don't need to go for this hospital do certain test, then go to another private hospital do the same test because there is no integration. If there is integration, this burden will be less on patient, on customers, even insurance company. They have for each procedure a code, which is the DRG. Those who in healthcare will know the DRG and all this. For each procedure, they have that code with the cost. If we have this initiative in place, this also the reimbursement, the insurance will be unified also across the country. The aim of this paper we are presenting to you is to look into case studies, experience of the practice, techniques used or will be used for such initiatives. Here my colleague Alya now will explain the methodology we used for this paper.
Okay. Simple as that, it is a qualitative measurements, qualitative methodology that we did previous research paper, as well as governmental reports and other healthcare organizations like WHO and so on. When did we go to those research, we found out worldwide there are 6 cases that actually implemented similar project. And of those cases, we are focused on two cases only. The country of England, where they attempted to do the national program for IT, which is actually considered to be a major failure project. And another successful project, which is as Singapore, as I explained to you before. So I will be talking a little bit about Singapore, and then I will be handing this to Sheikha, who will be talking about the experience of country of England. So Singapore, in a nutshell, what did they do? As a clinical strategy prioritization, so overarching informatics role and their technical architecture and data standards. They utilize the SOA architectures as well enterprise service bus instead of point-to-point integration. So why they did that? Point-to-point integration is very complex, and having an enterprise service bus, it makes their integration much easier. It simplified their work. So this is from the technical architect, and they had an enterprise architect as well set in place. They did directed funding based on multi-year business plan and enterprise compliance, and IT delivery guided by project management best practice and evaluation audit with focus on international benchmarking. They focused on the standardization term as I explained prior, and in a nutshell, they can summarize the whole of their experience into 3 points: simplifying the complex, putting importance in governance as I specified before, and handling operation requirement with a strong discipline. So this is the case of Singapore, and Sheikha now will explain about the case of UK.
The UK, like early 2000s, to like this, and aim to implement the national program for IT, a major project in the IT worldwide. It costed like even the project was dismantled at the end of, because there were many challenges that weren't anticipated, caused the project to fail. The estimated cost of the project failure that was more than 2,000 billion pound, and at the end it didn't success.
And get abandoned actually.
Yeah.
And if you Google it, you will be finding it's the best case for a failure project. Can be considered. No, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Just you, once you Google it, it's you.
National Health Service Project. The problem that is what it was, it is a complicated project. They did maybe we can learn from this project actually in the UAE to avoid such failures, to avoid such drawbacks. First of this, they had these initiatives. They divided on 5 regions in UK, like the West, London, East. They divided like it. For each region, they had different contractor. So the management of these contractors will be difficult. Each have their own management style. This is one. Second, for such a huge project, users' involvement are very critical. The project was launched, it's more than political aspects than to be like for serving the population. And the people who took the decisions were the politicians in the UK, not like the clinician, not the customers themselves, like for example patients. They have key role in these projects to succeed. If for example, the UAE initiated this or implemented this project, the Unified Medical Record, we don't take the patient and physician into the project life cycle. Do you think it will success? No, because we don't know what their requirements, what we expect from them. We're just implementing, going ahead with the projects without knowing what their feedback, what their requirements, what they want exactly to use the system. The UK initiative also had main contractors for these 5 regions, and another subcontractor for the softwares, and subcontractors for hardware. So it's like a complicated contract management system. Also, the software they use it as a piloting for these sites. The architecture of this software evolved through the project life cycle. They first went with the iSoft. It is a company for IT and software engineering. Then they went with Lorenzo, who had their architecture in client-server architecture. A client-server architecture doesn't work for big population, for major, for like UK, they have more than 16 million population, so client-server doesn't work. It doesn't allow for scalability and all these things. Later on, after implementing in London, they came aware that okay, client-server doesn't work. We will shift now to SOA, as Ali explained in Singapore. The cost of shifting from one architecture to another is more than to implement a new system. So this is put extra cost on the project. Also the standardization, the governance. If you have many contractors, the NHS is the top on the governance. However, how can we control all these contractors? The project that is scattered across the country. UK is a very big country, so it's difficult. We need other government bodies in this project to collaborate, to work together. So from Singapore and from UK, there are many lessons that can be learned and that UAE can benefit before going to this initiative. Even for UAE, yes, the population is smaller than UK definitely, and even by 2025 it won't reach 60 billion. But at least we can learn from these initiatives to avoid loss as much as possible. Here we explain the directions for the UN number from previous case studies.
As you can see, the new direction is putting importance in government. This is something we learned from Singapore case. And geographical evaluation to determine the geographical feature that must be considered. This is something we learned from the UK case study. Because especially here in UAE, we have some geographical differences. That's we have the remote area as well the cities. Engaging the users, such as the clinician, who will be definitely add value to the project. Not only the clinician that we consider, even the technical people around all these governmental entities and the private entities. A proper contract system management to be in place. This is something we gain from the UK lessons here, as we need a proper contract system to manage the entire project. Because it is not only one aspect, it's a couple of aspects that need to be considered and the proper contract system to be in place. So the limitation, to be frank, there is a limitation in the data collection method because we only had the chance to do during the time. We only had the chance to do a couple of interviews and the questionnaires, and that's it. We didn't go deep and search more and dig deep to all the case studies that we had. We only selected two. And the implication that this project and this framework is considered UAE government to evaluate certain aspects before implementing such complex initiatives and learn from the previous case studies and apply what meet the expectations. So this is the end of the presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any question, we are here and happy to answer any of your queries.
Any questions, any comments? Yes.
Question. First of all, thank you again for a wonderful presentation. My question is, after you're done with the case studies, are you planning to do a gap analysis to check what are the requirements in the UAE?
Definitely. It's not a process of just going to a research or that's it. There are actually a team members, a project management team who will sit together and do the gap analysis. And one of the things that I already mentioned before is to have even onboard a consultant company to do the gap analysis with us, to study all the cases with us, to learn from the previous. And sometimes it is different. It's not only learning from the others, it's actually studying what we have, because we have a uniqueness in our population, our terms, and our standardization, and this is need to be considered as well. So this is only just a highlight. This is what is happening around, and we need to it's just an open door, and we didn't go deep to it. There should be a gap analysis and even a consultation team to come aboard and go that deep to study everything and every aspect, every standardization and the architecture also.
Okay, you mentioned before that for such a huge project, you will need to have more than one consultant or type of discipline that is involved within this project, like project management, IT, health management, all of these. Do you have like gap analysis breakdown for each type?
That would be once the consultation phase is done. there will be actually like a project charter for each and single. You have a main project charter usually, but when you go to the clinicians and the standard, there will be a guidelines and different analysis for each one of them, and there should be like a gap analysis for each one of them. What you said is actually true, and we need to go dig deep because it is a nationwide project.
Adding to Alya point, we even for selecting vendors, we didn't just select based on their proposal. We listed our requirements, our expectations. Many vendors provided their for tendering. It's they came up with their proposals. We did select requirement selection criteria. We took even the team created a table with attributes, each vendor name, if they met this point, then from 10 or 15 or more, it was than 20 vendors. It was shortened to almost 2 or 3, only 2 vendors. So there are selection process, there are requirements
But
development.
this is for the strategy share. But what I believe Hannah is saying is regarding the stakeholders, not only the strategy. For the stakeholders, actually, those consultant company will help us to do a stakeholder analysis for each and single stakeholders. We identify the major stakeholders in the project, but we need like a list down of the analysis, dig deep to the single stakeholders until the patient. So it's a good point that you raised it, and we actually in the way to do that. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
I have a question. Because we have done some comparative analysis, you've gone through UK and Singapore, and you have also identified that it should be started on simple terms, and also indicated this Emirates ID can be one of the key tools that can be used. So because for to get Emirates ID, you need a lot of documentation, and also medical records is also done for that. So initially, I'm just thinking about whether to go to have a modular approach. To start with simple, where only medical records are linked with the Emirates ID, then ambulances and other things come at a later stage.
No, but there should be a proper architecture set in place. Even if we are going to do the integration, we need some sort of because there are other challenges. What you say is raising one of the challenges, the data ownership. Especially if I am going to share the data, there should be some sort of standardization between us, because there is a conflict of data ownership. Federal, even like federal entity have the owning all the data. However, there is a respect of the private sectors and so on. There is we should be first defining which kind of data set that we will be sharing. It's not possible that we will be sharing the entire medical record. There might be sharing only the 6 previous history, or there are certain terms and definition on the place in order for the data sharing. And it's not only linking it at the single of the Emirates ID. The Emirates ID have a limited storage, and we don't want to go into that. And the aim of this is not only regarding the exchange, facilitating the patient. There is another visionary aim on that, is that when we are actually linking, we will be able to pull and do the proper reporting. So I will be studying the UAE in terms of UAE health easily, because I will be able to actually study the burden of the disease, the cost effective of certain procedure, because I will be able to report from all the data that I have. But this is more complex than that, but the reason is to simplify the complex. And having it only integrated to the Emirates ID won't be a solution in the beginning. We need to have certain architecture, even if it's simple, but should be data